out in the studio right now.
I'm great as long as I don't have to move my feet.
That's right. We've got the lovely singer Vassy in the house today.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Aaron, we have a packed show. We also have Scott Sangster from Health in Reach. I think we're going to talk to him in just a couple of minutes.
Yes, we
are.
But
first, how was your week?
Yeah, well, my week actually was fun. Funly crazy. My mom got into an accident yesterday, and she got beat up a little with her truck, and hopefully the truck's okay. It looks like it's going to take about $1,000 to actually repair it, but we'll see what happens. So,
But she's okay, right?
That's the important thing. It could have been a lot worse. His car actually totaled, most likely totaled, but the 4Runner, thankfully, just in the front.
Aaron, I don't know what's going on with us between
my
accident and your mom's accident, but the most important part is we
Still
are
here.
okay.
We're here.
So cars can be replaced, and
lives cannot.
We love Aaron's mom. She's one of our biggest supporters, so we are so thankful that everything's okay. Big shout out to her. We love her so much.
Yes.
Also, Aaron, my week was kind of crazy. I was out of town this weekend. I was in Missouri.
What's Missouri? Where is it just vacation or business?
It was business as usual. You know me. I'm all about the business. So I went with Step It Up and my other business partner, Hannah Stedman, and we taught a workshop to Darcy's School of Dance in St. Joseph. And there was like over 40 kids that came out to the workshop. And I just want to say, you guys inspired me. Like, I am still on a high because of these kids.
You are. I mean, you even called me. I mean, you were like, this is great. I mean, you expected less, right?
Yeah, we just didn't know. We just said, okay, we're going to go out to Missouri. We're going to do this workshop. We don't know how many kids are going to show up. We don't know what their background is. We don't know if they're, more ballet, more hip-hop. We just didn't know. But what was so great about it, it was a mix of kids. So some kids were more like technically trained, and then the other ones were more hip-hop. But when we taught them both styles, they were so willing to learn. And it just reminded me of how no matter like how great I am at something, or there's always room for improvement. You can always learn, no matter how old you get. And these kids' attitudes were just so amazing. So huge shout out to Missouri, Darcy School of Dance. And then also, I want to talk a little bit about what we talk about on this show is how to build your business. Partnerships are so important, Aaron. And I got another piece of inspiring news last night as I was on Facebook. And Sterling Actors, which is headed by Constance Sterling, she's the acting coach over there. She partners up with Step It Up over the summer. So she gives our dancers an acting class, and we give her actors a dance class.
Nice.
And one of her youngest students, Ty, just booked a role on Touch. I think that's the Kiefer Sutherland.
I love that show, by the way.
Huge shout
I believe that's on NBC, I might add.
Huge shout out. Huge shout out to Ty and Constance Sterling, who's doing an amazing job. And I just want to encourage people who start their business. It's really important to take that step and partnership with the right people. It's probably one of our strongest partnerships is with Sterling Actors in the Step It Up. Like our families, like where they're strong, we're weak, and da-da-da. We just support each other. I just absolutely love great partnerships.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da.
And speaking of which, I mean, we are all for businesses and partnerships at the Smallest Business Expo. That's coming up. Check out our Facebooks and Twitter. We're going to be showing that. That happens in November. You can win VIP tickets to that. In fact, they just contacted me last week and said, hey, what's going on there? How many people? And I said a lot. So they're excited. And we actually have a question for you when it comes to partnerships, right? Our question for you is, what do you do? And
what inspires you? So what is it that you do? What is it, maybe your profession, or maybe it's your passion, and what inspires you to do that? So whether it is acting or dancing, or we just had a couple of people on our last couple of shows where they've started new businesses with apps.
Yes, you got to check that out, by the way. That's
Go
on our
Mobile
iTunes.
Solutions, yeah.
Go to our iTunes
that
or
was his
YouTube.
passion, to make sure that every website could have an app. What is your passion, and what inspires you? So make sure you Facebook us and Twitter us.
And some of you might say, well, I'm not doing anything what I think is interesting. Perhaps you're, I don't know, which... I'm thinking of a business, but I know I'm going to get raked for this. But, maybe you're in accounting and you think, I'd want to do something else. So I'd want to know that too. If you like what you do, or what would you do different if you were able to get paid for it?
That's a good one. Make sure you Facebook or Twitter us at Kelly V. Dolan or Aaron M. Sanchez, because we'll be reporting next week with all those results.
Woo-hoo,
and we want to remind everybody, Sprint was here with us last week. They're giving us a phone to give to you. So check that out. It's an awesome phone. I did the research on it. And for a prepaid phone, plus you get your first month free. It's really good. It's like a real nice smartphone for that. It's
the Galaxy, right?
No. No.
Kelly just made a mistake. It's okay.
No, it's not the Galaxy. But go check it out.
What phone is it? Do you know what phone it is?
I can't remember the name of it, but
Where can they go to find out, Aaron?
On Aaron M. Sanchez or Kelly V. Dolan. But I will say that, again, we have been... at least to try out the Galaxy. That's where we were talking about the Galaxy. The Galaxy, we've been given a Galaxy. I actually gave it to I didn't give it because we have to give it back, but I asked my mom, what does she think about it? So far, she really likes it.
With the Galaxy.
Nice. She does, yeah. She said there's a map thing which tells you the traffic right there. iPhone does that as well. But anyway, so have you been able to try that out?
You know what? I haven't had a chance to try it out, but I do have a very good friend that has the Galaxy, and he's always throwing it in my face like, my screen is bigger.
Awesome. Yeah.
I can do more stuff.
It's true, though.
And I will say Galaxy is awesome, but to the defense of my lovely, faithful iPhone, I must say that iTunes and having the music on my phone is really important, and I don't get the Galaxy.
Do you listen to our podcast on iTunes?
I do.
With Aaron and Kelly?
I do, because I'm such a perfectionist. I need to listen to it over.
Can I just say something real quick? You know what you were saying about things that inspire you?
Yeah.
There was a CHP officer that was here, and it's this big guy, and he knows karate and everything, and of course he has a gun. And you know what inspired him, what he wanted to be?
What?
I hope I say this right. A mariachi singer?
Really?
Yes. Here's this big tough guy wanting to sing, and I thought that was fabulous.
Oh, yes, we had a mariachi. Yeah, we had mariachi.
Yeah, so it's like just letting people know it could be anything. It'll surprise you. Some people go in maybe wanting to do one thing, but find out they have another passion somewhere else. And
I have to say, the traffic cops, which were helping my mom yesterday, one of them was like, I'd studied communications, but I ended up as a cop. but he really wants to be in communications. That's what he went for. So it's funny.
And just to tag on that, like you were saying that they do one thing as a profession, but they have a passion.
Yes.
It's never too late. It's
not.
never too late to explore that passion. You may explore that passion and then realize, okay, I just want that as a hobby, or I want this as a full-time job.
Yes.
But don't be afraid. It doesn't matter how old you are. You never know, because you're happier when you're
doing what you love to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Speaking of which, we want to give you callers the chance during this hour to give us a call. We have Vassy in the house. You can call us at 909-888-5222. Again, that's 909-888-5222. Or if you're calling from far away, you can go in and call us toll free, 888-909-1050. But we have on the line with us a really cool website.
I'm so excited
Yeah, this
about
is really neat. It's called Health and Reach, and it's with Scott Sangster. And Scott's going to help us understand exactly how and why he started this site. Scott, are you there with us?
I am. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Thank you, Scott.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. Now, Scott, tell us, what is Health and Reach?
So Health and Reach focuses on the way that people shop for healthcare services. We think we're doing is improving that process for people who are paying out of pocket. I'm going to use it by way of an example, your mom, and I'm only going to use this as an example because you started to talk first about that the truck is okay, so I assume it wasn't very serious.
It was actually very serious. I'm wondering if the frame was damaged. But hopefully it isn't. Let's hope it isn't.
serious with regard to your mom's health.
Oh yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking the truck. I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh,
because,
Mom, I love you. I love you, Mom. Hey, I was there at the hospital with her all the way through. I just want to.
Aaron, the drama king over here.
But yes, you're right. Her health. Let's talk about that.
Her experience actually illustrates one of the reasons that we started healthandreach.com. Because when she takes her 4Runner into the mechanic, part of the conversation after he says, don't worry, the frame's not bent, here's all you need to do, probably he gives her a price. He says that's going to take about 2 days, we're going to buff it out, repaint it, and it's going to cost you $800.
Yeah.
That, in contrast to what happens when she goes to visit her doctor, doesn't occur when you go to visit a doctor.
Yeah, they don't tell you. I went to the
true.
dentist. I have like a lot of major damage I need to do with my teeth recently. But I asked for the bill right up front, and they said, well, we'll get back to you on that. It was like, what? You don't know what your own prices are?
Well, that's exactly right, and that was an experience that I had about 3 years ago. That ultimately led to the idea for healthandreach.com, which makes all of that, kind of creates that menu of services, what you get with each procedure or service, and exactly what it costs. And the interesting thing is that when you have that discussion with the doctor, it dawns on them that, hey, this is actually a much better way to do business than billing an insurance company, because when they bill an insurance company, then they have to wait for several months to get paid. And when we go in and pay in cash, they get paid right away, and the result is that they offer discounts.
So what is the process? So let's say I'm Aaron's mom, or if Aaron's mom wants to...
Please don't say you're my mom.
if she wants to, get in touch with you, what is the process that she would go through using your website?
Well, and
services.
To Aaron's example about dentistry, which is a great one. So you just come to healthandreach.com, say that you're looking for a dentist or a specific procedure. So you can say, I want teeth whitening, or I want a checkup, or I want a root canal.
I do. I need a root canal.
Well, then we're perfect for you. So you do that at healthandreach.com. We show you all of the dentists near you. Nice. And those who are participating will put in things like pricing and exactly how much of a discount they'll give you relative to if you just walked in the front door and said, I want to see a doctor.
I feel like a car salesman would have to negotiate with them,
Well,
when
it just
you don't
saves. It just
and your
gets
insurance
to the
doesn't always
point.
pay everything.
Yeah,
so.
it just seems like your service gets it to the point. Like, you can do your research and you can find out what you would pay for what. And you have several different locations through your website. Is that right, Scott?
Well, we're national, actually. So
Nice.
we have providers coast to coast,
Great.
Nice.
including around you all. And so your listeners can check us out.
Awesome.
And that's exactly right. So once you find somebody that you've researched and you're comfortable with through Health and Reach, then you can book it online. And so even if you're doing this at 10 o'clock at night and the office is closed, so you couldn't call them, you can still, with 2 clicks through the website, book an appointment for tomorrow morning.
And I love that. Plus, you can review them, I believe, right?
Certainly, after your visit, we'll send you a little reminder asking you to share about your experience.
Oh, nice.
And we'll give you what we call care points if you do, which is a little incentive, and it's kind of like frequent flyer miles for visiting your doctor.
Who doesn't love that?
Especially like people like my mom. She visits the doctor at least weekly, so she will rack up those miles. This is interesting. $40 billion is annually spent on out-of-pocket dental care alone in the U.S.
Wow.
Recent studies indicate 42% of personal bankruptcies in the U.S. are the result of medical expenses, and an estimated 44 million people are still paying off medical debt. I have to say, I think I'm in one of those categories. So how, again, does that, if somebody wants to alleviate that, what's the best solution by going to your site?
Well, we help in 2 ways with that problem. One is, again, before you go. And so if you, oftentimes you'll see 3 or 4 doctors in an area that may even have graduated from the same medical schools and be providing very similar services. But one can be 2 or 3 times the cost of the one who may be right next door or 2 blocks down. And so you can make a little bit more intelligent decisions about who you go to visit when cost is a factor, so that you're not getting surprised 2 months later with a big bill you didn't expect.
Yes.
Well, it's not only the cost thing, but the time to me, because it's like if you were to go do all that on your own, because there are people that go to visit 2 or 3 different dentists or doctors and all this kind of stuff, and that's just time consuming too.
It is.
And so we put in that time for you.
Yeah.
And so then we kind of share the results through the website.
Well, that's awesome, especially for people like me that don't want to go to the dentist. But it's a necessary component. I mean, this is very necessary.
Come on, Aaron.
Yeah, I know. Because I understand.
If you drink cherry Coke, then you got to start going.
I have
to the
stopped with the
dentist.
cherry Coke, I might add.
It's a lot of sugar in there.
We're going to be a big help to you, Aaron. I can tell already.
I know. I appreciate
the
that.
number 1 customer right here, Scott.
So for those that want to go, including myself, we all need to go. All of you viewers, all of you listeners,
that's right.
healthinreach.com. Go there. You'll see everything that you need to see there.
And before we let you go, Scott, we were just talking about what inspires us. What inspired you to start up this company before we let you go?
It was twofold. By the way, I think that's a great question. First, it was a problem that I had experienced. Like I said, I was one of those patients that got surprised with a bill, and it both shocked me and then kind of frustrated me that would happen. But ultimately, the inspiration for me about what we're doing at Health and Reach is that we can help other people stop putting off the care that they need by making them more comfortable to come in earlier or more frequently. Because really, that is, in the long run, how you stay healthy, is you do preventive maintenance and early detection of.
You guys came into my life just at the right time. I've got 4 cavities. I'm just throwing that out there, and a root canal. I need you guys. So thank you so very much.
Thank you all. Have a great
Thank you,
day.
Scott.
Thank you. Check that out, healthandreach.com. When we come back, we're going to take a quick break right now, but when we come back, we're going to have Vassy in the house with her new song, music video. This has already hit 40,000
Oh my God, it's so cute. I love it. I love the music video.
It is. So she's going to be in the house. Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Like a merry-go for fun forever. How it makes me happy, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful.
That's right. We are back live with Aaron and Kelly, and we have our guest in studio. That's right. Vassy's in the house.
Woo!
Welcome, Vassy.
Beautiful Vassy. How are you?
Hi, guys.
Okay, first of all, everybody who listens knows that I love accents. Vassy is from Australia, and I cannot stop listening to her talk.
Which is good. She's not telling our own guests to be quiet. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so Vassy, what's going on, girl? We are loving this new music video. It's so cute, so quirky. What's going on with you?
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's actually been getting a lot of love. We just put it up on Monday, and I'm so floored by everyone tweeting and retweeting and sharing it on their walls and putting it on their blogs. And as an indie artist, that's really the only way. So I'm so grateful, and you guys calling me to have me on, and it's just the love's been so awesome. So I'm really touched by that.
Well, you're already, you definitely been on our sites for a while because you've come out with a lot of music. It's not like you're just brand new at this. You've been doing this, you've been perfecting your craft, and with this song, you can really see all of that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we had fun with this song, and shooting the video was a lot of fun. So,
well, for those that are tuning in, definitely go to Facebook and Twitter. Aaron M. Sanchez and Kelly V. Dolan will be posting up the video if you haven't seen it yet. It is so cute. Now, what would you describe your music as for the listeners out there that aren't familiar with your music?
It varies because as a songwriter, I write a lot of different styles. But for this particular song, say for example for the video, "Could This Be Love?" It has a very soulful, kind of a laid-back, fizzy, quirky pop vibe. So when I wrote the song, it's based on a true situation. Could this be love? It's that whole thing about when someone likes you and then you like them, but you're like whatever at first, and then after a while you start to really like them, and then you start to kind of.
Whoa! Let's back up, guys. Did you just hear that? They don't always like you at the beginning, but that's okay. You can wear on them. You wear them down a little. Wear them down. Okay, that's all I got to say.
That's hilarious.
So
I'm sure that doesn't happen to this one over here. I mean,
I'm just saying for others.
I don't believe that you have to wear down a guy because
no. It's the other way. The guys.
I'm just saying anybody who's watching, she's gorgeous.
The guys have to wear down the lady. Sometimes the lady isn't.
Well,
into
yeah,
us.
they always have to because we like a challenge too, a little bit. Like they have to kind of grow on us sometimes.
Like what? Fungus? I mean, come on. I mean, we are guys. We don't have to grow on. But okay, let's go back to the video.
You have to prove yourselves. Okay.
Well, people are asking. I saw this even on the video. They're asking, what is the concept of that? Because you have something very different, which is you laugh at. I laughed midway because of the things that was going on. But what's the premise behind that video?
Yeah, well, when I approached director Tom Kenny, I said, I really want something quirky because the song's quirky. And what I wanted to say was, it's that thing about, when you lose your cool factor a little bit, when you start to get a bit vulnerable and, some things happen, you're like, oh my God, what did I just say? Like, God, that wasn't me.
Actually, it is you though, right? It's not your pretense.
Well, it's not like your first cool demeanor when you're like, I don't give a shit.
But isn't that so funny though? Shh. gosh. Isn't that so funny
Sorry.
when you get like nervous around somebody? You don't, that cool factor does go away. Like you could be around anybody, and if you don't like them or you're not like, you know, into them, you could be whatever and you don't
Yes,
care.
right.
But the minute
Yes,
somebody
you're
has your
right.
interest, see, all the
Yes.
girls are talking.
That's
So
right.
we
Guys,
act all
also-
cool.
True.
We walk in our heels, and our
Also-
cute little dresses, but the minute somebody's got our attention, we become like
This is true.
ding dong.
This
Yes,
is a
it's
tip.
true.
This is a tip.
Little
If a woman
klutzy.
is cool around you, she doesn't like you. If she's kind of quirky or she makes funny stuff going on, she likes you, right? I mean, I've
Same
seen
with
that happen.
men. Same with men.
Yeah,
I
we
think
get
so a little
well,
bit too.
I don't know. Some
Aaron
are
picked
trained.
up on that quick.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay.
Well, so anyway, I was like, yeah, well, it's that thing, you know, yeah, it's true. You get a little bit like, and then you're like, oh God, you know, but anyway, it's that thing of like all of a sudden. So then it's that notion of like, oh God, could this be love, you know? And so I went to Tom and I was like, you know, I got this idea for this song, but I want you to make it really quirky. And he goes, are you cool with really quirky? I said, yeah. And then he, you know, gives me the concept, and I was like, what? There's gonna be plastic dolls in my video?
Yeah, and depending what kind of plastic doll, that could be a little crazy. But he did it really. I mean, you guys did it really well.
Yeah,
was
well,
fun.
we had fun. I mean, it's you know, it's about you know, two people, and I have my Vixen video boy Lars Slind featuring in it, who's a well-known actor, and then basically the dolls represent you know, this kind of how through the beholder's eyes you see things as like perfect, but it's not really, but you fall in love anyway. That's why like he's always got this weird hand that goes up,
Yeah.
and like he can't bend his legs and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I'm still going, oh, isn't he cute?
Yeah, because he's so cute. He's so
Interesting.
perfect. This is the one after
Yeah.
2 dates.
Yeah. But don't worry, the dolls were not hurt in the making.
Good. Okay, I was wondering about
They
that.
got in the way because I never even got to kiss my Vixen boy in the video. We had to like pretend the whole time and just go like.
Oh, well, I mean,
like, darn.
yeah, it was. How long was the shooting of that video? How long does that take?
We shot it in like 2 days, and we
Oh,
had
that's
a
quick.
third day of some extra stuff, like full days. But Tom took a couple months for the post-production because all that stuff is, you know, 3D. So it's a lot of, you know, mastering of the...
Yeah, you had to-
I don't even know how.
No, the
yeah,
shadows
something
and
like-
everything. Yeah, the
All that
lighting.
stuff
Yeah.
you guys do. I just write the song.
That's awesome. Well, you know what we were talking about earlier in the show is what inspires us. Like, what do we do and what inspires us? So what is it that inspires you with your music?
You know, different things. Oh God, you know, on the way here this morning, I got a phone call, and I'm not really allowed to say, but I wrote this song, and you know, because I'm a songwriter and I write for other artists too, and potentially one of, you know, my favorite artists expressed interest in this song, and might want to cut it. So fingers crossed. But anyway,
happen.
yeah. Anyway, when I was writing that song, you know, I was going through a little something, so it was inspired by that. But to be honest, most of my songwriting, if it's done for me, it's always about something I'm either going through, have gone through. It has to be something quite relative to my situation in order for it to come from a place of truth. And even if I'm given something, because I write a lot for TV and film, and if I'm sort of given like a direction, we need a song, you know, like for the Victoria's Secret campaign when I wrote for that, it was still coming from somewhere
Yeah,
that
can we just
resonated.
back up on that? You said Victoria's Secret, so I mean, I know what the guys are thinking.
Jose Luis,
All-
our cameraman, and Aaron's Sanchez.
That's like all I heard, Victoria's Secret.
They're just like, they perked up a little bit.
They are such guys.
Perked up a little bit.
They are such guys.
I'm just saying, okay, but I mean, did Victoria's Secret approach you? Was your song already in the catalog that they could use? How did that happen?
Well, I have a relationship with an incredible woman who's kind of like my these two women that are like my golden angel gifts from God.
Nice.
And they've been the women that you know, Marissa and Sane, love you guys, and they pretty much have taken my music to the next level. And this year alone, I've had over 10 campaigns on TV.
Wow.
You know, I did the opening scene for Cabin in the Woods, the film.
Yes,
And,
congratulations.
thank you. Yeah. So I was excited, but to be honest, it's funny because when I got really excited when I posted the video, I was like, "Oh, Victoria's Secret's using my song in
Nice.
this swimsuit campaign," and of
Yeah.
course, no one paid attention to the lyrics.
No, we don't. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, always. I mean,
You are such a
I will
wait,
now.
You are
If I
such
close
a
my
guy.
eyes, I can pay attention.
Are we talking about lyrics right now because we've actually got a lot of people chatting right now online, just giving you some shout outs, Vassy. By the way, Vassy, great song. We've got Twitch. Let's see, my contacts are not working. Twitch Haws or Twitch AWE.
We need to take you to dental, health and dental.
Who else do we got on here? Oh, we actually have a question. Oh, 45,000 hits on your video. Great job. Arian Flack Barshinger is saying that. And then also she's asking, does she write the music as well or lyrics only?
No, I write the lyrics and the top lines. When I mean top line, I mean the melodies. And I tend to work with the producer who, in most cases, for example, these songs are musicians, and so we'll sit down and we write it together. So I don't really play an instrument besides my voice. Maybe a bit of keys, but really, it's my voice. Yeah.
How long have you been writing? Like, since you're a kid, or how did you know? 'Cause I mean, writing a song.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Once.
Yeah.
I got quiet.
She left me. I sang
That
to
was
her
the
and
name of the
left
song.
me.
She left me.
She left me. That's the name of it. Anyway, go ahead. But
God.
could this be love? I don't know. Hasn't happened yet.
Oh, Aaron, the fact that you wrote about the experience actually is very telling that, you're an artist.
She
and
says
you're
I'm a
writer.
drama queen, so maybe that's why. But yeah, how long have you been writing? Ever since you were a
Well,
kid?
to be honest, I never thought I was a songwriter. And, I was kicked out of school choir as a kid and told I couldn't sing. So that's a memory that sticks with me.
Wow.
And and then years later, my song is on national radio all over Australia, and I got signed to Warner's and Universal. So
That's interesting because when I was in high school, I was the last. See, this goes deep with us girls when we get kicked out or we're told we can't do something. I was like the last girl to get picked on the dance team.
Oh, really?
The last
No
girl
way, I would never
to
thought
get
that.
picked on the dance team. And
Did you wear glasses?
No, but I mean, I know you don't know my background, but I dance professionally. So it's just interesting, like when you're younger, how some people will tell you certain things. But I'm actually giving a shout out to my coach because she saw something in me to push me. Were there people that saw something in you to push you, or did it come within yourself? Because this is not an easy industry, and you've obviously proven that you've got what it takes to compete and do your thing.
Yeah, it's it's interesting because my father passed away many years ago, and before my dad passed, I never he never got to see me sing or anything. But I actually made a promise to my dad, and it's something that I don't share with people, but I very specifically told him some things, and I think he's the reason why. Even though I know that sounds crazy because it's like he didn't really want me to do music, but I got his blessings. But it's really that thing inside me that drives me to want to really do him proud and be like, hey, I told you and you said and I did and here we go.
Well, what's one of the things that you said though?
My dad, I studied architecture, so I promised him I would finish my degree, which I did, which took a long time. But then I got his blessings, and I did say that he did sort of say in a nutshell that if you do music, like really like go for it, and had his like terms of how to do it, and I said you've got my word, and I will, and I'm so he's really my driving force, and my grandma, believe it or not, who's like my little soldier girl back in the village up in the mountains in Greece, even though she doesn't have internet or knows anything about what's going on. Oh yeah, Ma, I just got this campaign. She goes, oh bravo, she has no idea. But the fact that everyone talks about me, I'm getting a lot of press in Greece now too, and it goes back to her, and they're the little things that really make me want to do more. So
I have to ask you, we've got to go to break, and we have several callers already on the line. If you want to call us at 909-888-5222. Go ahead and ask questions to Vassy. But somebody asked you to sing Back to Black.
Oh God, yeah.
It's a request from
I
one of
love
our.
that
So
song.
can you take us to a break?
Sure.
All right.
We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to her and I go back to black.
We'll be right
That's
back.
right. Stay tuned. Live
Stay
with
tuned.
Aaron and Kelly.